What we see in the national conversation this past year is that people are trying to refigure how men and women should interact with each other. And I thought that it would be very appropriate for tonight to also invite men in our forum. Given that we're a women's organization, we're very well aware, not only our board, but our whole membership, that in order to have true understanding, we need to be talking about these conversations aloud, collectively, and most importantly, with an open heart. And men are our partners, our brothers, our fathers, our husbands, and our allies.
See, what is a man and what is a woman is a small difference that nature has introduced into a species just to address a certain aspect of our life, essentially to address the reproductive aspect. When I say reproductive aspect, we all exist because somebody reproduced. Hello? Yes. Is it okay? If nobody was drawn to anybody, if nobody felt a bit horny, we wouldn't exist.
Is this a guru speaking?
We wouldn't exist, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's come to terms with this. We don't exist because out of their love for children they produce, no. They felt horny, and here we are. There is no need to make our biology either filthy or raise it to another level. We just have to look at it for what it is. We have to come to terms with our biology, first of all. It's the most rudimentary thing, but unfortunately that's not happened to most human societies, that we have not come to terms with our biology. Body parts are ruling our minds. Yes? So it's from that context that you see this problem evolving, how to work together. I'm saying, please, if you find some gap in what I'm saying, because in a brief little bit of time, we are trying to say some profound things. Yeah. If you find a gap, you must ask a question, you must not conclude against me, okay? I can fill those gaps, but I'll create some gaps because… to go quickly. Essentially, why should it matter to you? Whether you… right now, you're a man or a woman, why should it matter to me? These things matter only in bathrooms and bedrooms. Why right now it should matter to me whether you're a man or a woman? Why can't I just treat you as just one more person? Hello? This is not against anybody, because we have made human biology so big in our minds. It's become so big because we have not accepted the fundamental biological difference. Yes? Because for thousands of years, religions and philosophies have been telling you what's wrong about your biology, how the fundamentals of your biology is not okay, how the fundamentals of your biology is sin. Because of this, we came to a certain level of resistance about human biology, particularly a woman's biology. Because of this, these things have become big, because the nature of human mind is such, whatever you resist becomes the biggest thing in your mind. Right now, if I tell you as an experiment, next 10 seconds, nobody should think of monkeys. Try, please. You will only be thinking of monkeys. So this has become a crazy thing in the world. We have made human biology into such a big thing, a small difference between man and woman. We made it into such a big thing in our minds, we can't keep it down for a moment. Everywhere, wherever you are, you have to be conscious about somebody's body parts. Why? I can understand a 13, 14, 15-year-old boy, when, you know, when you were 10, 11, everything was fine. Suddenly a little bit of your hormones hijacked your intelligence, and after that you just look like this. Every little bump on somebody's body looked like a world by itself. Till then you were quite okay. I think that happens at a certain point, but at least by 20, you must fix yourself. Again, you must become normal, you must be able to look at a human body just as it is, without giving it all kinds of meanings. This is what consciousness means, because consciousness is an intelligence beyond your physiological and psychological structure. See, when we sit here, your body is your body, my body is my body. No way these two things can be one. People try hard, but it never becomes one. Only when we are buried, we become one. In the soil, we become one. But as long as you and me exist here, that's your body, this is my body, very clear. That's your mind, this is my mind, very clear. These things will never become one. We can agree on a few things, but my mind is my mind, your mind is your mind, isn't it? But there is no such thing as my life and your life. This is a living cosmos. You have captured some, I have captured some, that's about it. If you… depending upon how much you capture, that will be the scale and scope of your life. This got nothing to do with anybody's biology. Biology is just a small physical difference, just to facilitate one aspect, continuation of human race, isn't it? Otherwise we could all be made one way. If there was no need, if some seeds fell out of your ears and children would come out, then we wouldn't need this difference. So this difference is to accommodate one aspect of life. If you and me are not connected in that aspect of life, I have no business what you got on your body. Yes? You have no business what is me, and I have no business what is you. The question is, if we're doing something together, well, do you make sense or do I make sense to you? That's about it. But biology has become a very big thing. One reason in the working spaces and, work areas, I think this is only in America, maybe this is the second generation of women. Or really I can say this is really the first generation of women who really stepped out to work in every arena of life. That's so almost everywhere in the world. In India also it's very new, it's in the last 25 years that women are really stepping out to work. This has happened not because of some liberal revolution that happened, this has happened simply because of technology. Technology has taken out the significance of man's brawn. When there was no technology, almost everything was done with human muscle. When that was so naturally man-dominated because of the muscular force. Domination also was only in the survival aspects of life. There were other aspects of life where the woman always played a significant role. We were not born to men. I was not, at least. So, they always played a significant role, but roles were divided because economic aspect of life was largely muscle-powered. So, men dominated. Now with technology, muscle is of no great significance in today's world. So, naturally women are coming into this space. This should happen as simple evolution. No fight is needed, no revolution is needed. Once you see muscle is not significant, women will fill those spaces. It's anyway happening. There is no need to make a big thing about it. Exploitation. If you're talking about exploitation, I want you to understand, still we are in… as a civilization, we are still in that level of crudeness of mind. It's not just women, anything weaker than us we exploit. Yes or no? Every creature on the planet we're exploiting, aren't we? Hello? Not just women, children are beaten. Why? Just because they're small. Hello? Why do you think children are beaten by a lot of people? Simply because they're smaller than you. If your children were bigger than you, would you go and beat them? So, exploitative nature of who we are exists in all aspects of life. When it comes to women, probably that exploitation turns into takes on a sexual tone. But fundamentally what needs to go is this urge to exploit anything and everything which is little weaker than me. That should go. If that doesn't go, people will find devious ways to do the same damn thing. You can do as much as you want, you can fight as much as you want, but people will find devious ways to do the same thing, isn't it? So this urge, if somebody is little less stronger than me, I have to mess them in some way. This has to go. If this has to go, the most fundamental thing is just this, because today it's about consciousness. What consciousness means is, see, you have a body. Your body is just a heap of food that you've gathered over a period of time, yes? What was soil became food, what was food became flesh and blood, here we are. Most people don't get this till you bury them. If you get it now, you can transform your life. Otherwise, one day anyway we'll get it from the maggots, but that's late. So what you accumulate can be yours, cannot be you, isn't it? Hello? Whatever we accumulate, we can say this belongs to me. You cannot say it's me, isn't it? So similarly, whatever the content of your mind is also accumulated from the impressions that we have taken in. So this is also an accumulation, this is also an accumulation. These things are two basic faculties we have. Right now, unfortunately, we are so badly identified with these two things that we can't use them as we should, but they are the source of a lot of mess in the world. So when you say consciousness, you're talking about a dimension of intelligence which is neither of the body, which is neither of your mind, but it is the source of both the body and the mind. You just eat a piece of bread and it becomes human body. Hello? Happening, right? If I take a piece of bread in my hands right here and turn it into a human body, who would you think I am? Huh? Magician? Did you see a magician making a baby? Who would you think I am? Creator himself, isn't it? But every day you are doing this, you eat a piece of bread or a carrot or a whatever, within a few hours you make it into human body, the most complex machine on the planet. You manufacture with all kinds of trash in Los Angeles. Aren't you doing it? So, when this dimension of intelligence exists within you, if you touch that dimension, naturally your identity will be with that dimension. Right now, the only problem is, human experience is limited to their biology and their psychological structure. Physiological and psychological structures are the only two things you have experienced. Because of this, your identities are there. Because of this body part difference between the same species has become such a big deal.